kids have trouble getting out the door in the morning? Yes, you're not alone. Too many of us let our kids be responsible for whether or not we get out the door on time. So what can we do to get moving in the morning? Carrie Stutzman from Head and Heart Parents is here with some advice on how to get out the door on time. I'm just hoping my kids are already out the door because otherwise they're going to be late to school. This is a common problem for a lot of families, isn't it?
It is, yes. People ask about it all the time, and there are a lot of strategies. It takes a lot to get kids out the door, but I think one of the first things we can start with is just to have compassion for the fact that especially little kids, they don't want to go.
Oh, they just want to be home instead.
They'd rather stay home with mommy or daddy and stay in their pajamas.
About that?
And
like, is that having compassion mean, I understand you don't really want to go, or you'd rather be home?
Yeah,
or?
just to name their experience, to kind of be like, I know it's hard to get going, rather than like, come on, do it, with this drill sergeant mindset. That brings up resistance. Whereas if we're just like, I know this is hard, sweetie, but we can do it. It can just change the tone of the morning.
Okay, you also talk about your next tip, and I want to know what this means. Use enforceable statements. What's an enforceable statement?
So an enforceable statement is something we can actually make happen. So if I tell you, hurry up, get in the car, I don't have control of your muscles or how fast you move. And so I'm just giving a command that gives you the freedom to be like, oh yeah, watch me. I'll take my time.
Which kids naturally do.
Right, it just brings that up in them. But it can be enforceable if I say, maybe I say the night before, okay, I'm giving free rides to everybody who's in the car at 8 o'clock. And then maybe 10 minutes before you leave, you can say, okay, I'm getting in the car at 8 o'clock and I charge $1 a minute to wait. Or a chore a minute to wait. And then the trick is to get in the car, be ready, set the timer, and say nothing. When they get in the car, remember, the fewer words I use, the more effective I will be. When they get in, turn off the timer, go, Siri, when I get home, or at 4 o'clock today, remind me to charge Connor $2.50. Put the phone down and drive in silence.
And that's it.
No fighting, no. How can they learn if we're fighting and yelling at them on the way to school?
Right, okay. So then you really have to follow through and make them pay. And then your third tip is have fun with it. When you're in a hurry and you're mad and you're forgetting things and all of that, it's hard to be playful and have fun.
I know, it's asking a lot, but if we can just lighten it up a little bit with a little bit of playfulness can go a long way. I remember my stubborn little 3-year-old son did not want to get dressed. Anyone with a 3-year-old knows it's impossible to dress a kid who doesn't want to. But if I could like give the shoes a voice and be like, I need some Tootsies in me, and like chase him and tickle him, and as I'm sliding the shoes on his feet, he's laughing, and I'm like, oh, Tootsies, I'm so happy to have the Tootsies. And it just...
I'm just thinking of my 16-year-old right now, though, because
yeah, not
it's a very
so much for the
teenage.
Yeah, different strategy for teenagers.
That's where the money comes in, right?
Yeah.
Anything else? Any other tips? Because it is one of the hardest things.
I would say 2 other quick tips. One is to get ready first. Instead of getting ready parallel to them when we can't be very available, we can't help, any of that, it's just better to get up, get ready, get dressed, and then start the process of helping get them out the door.
What do you think of things like setting timers and have the timer go off on your phone? Or like in my house, the rule is you got to be dressed before you come downstairs for breakfast, because otherwise we got to start all over when you go back upstairs.
It's all great. We're teaching kids how to sequence events that they need to do and get out the door. So it's helpful for them to pick the chime on the timer and to maybe be able to pick the sequence that they want to do things.
Okay, great advice today. Thank you. Because I can't say any of the things I was doing before worked very well, so I'm going to try some of yours now.
It's just all an experiment. We just have to keep trying.
That's right. Never stop trying. Thanks, Carrie. You can find more advice from Carrie in the Daybreak section of our website, kwgn.com. Tom?
Thank you, ladies. Heading for 8 o'clock.